Good morning, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter. I have been previously sworn.
Thank you. So we're here in Orange County, and we've got a few cases for you. If you could ask the gentleman at the podium if his name is Cesar Gomez Restrepo.
Yes, sir.
And he has two cases. The first case, 2020 CT 272, was a warrant for violating probation, and that is set at no bond at this time. And the other case, cause for one count of resisting an officer without violence, set his bond in the amount of $500 and appointment to the public defender. I think that takes care of it. Thank you, sir.
And Your Honor, can the interpreter respectfully request the case number for that second charge?
Yes. I just don't know. I have 21 MM 8937.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, sir. Do you need them? I thought you said you throw these away.
No, I need that baby.
Because I kept this one. This is the one I need
Yeah,
to
that's
talk to
not so
Judge. Oh, you don't care about that.
Yes, senor.
Okay, good morning. Are you Edgar Gomez Sanchez?
Yes, senor.
Yes, sir.
This is 2017 CT 7653. He was picked up on a violating probation, and his bond is set in the amount of $500. You can appoint the office of the public defender.
Ron, I have here $5,000 bond.
I'm sorry, I didn't read my own writing. It is $5,000. I apologize for that. Bond is set in the amount of $5,000. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gomez Sanchez.
Gracias, senor.
Thank you.
Okay, are you Mr. Oh, sorry, we're getting the headphones on him. And good morning. Do you need an interpreter? Okay, we have two. Okay, so this is over the intercom, Mr. Interpreter. Can you ask him if he is Jose Manuel Lazarotos?
I'm sorry, can you confirm that last name, Your Honor? Jose Manuel, and you cut out, I'm sorry.
Lazarotos.
Thank you. Usted es José Manuel Lazarodas. Señor, acérquese al micrófono, por favor, alce la voz.
Sí, yo soy.
Yes, I am.
Okay, I have reviewed the police report. I do find probable cause for one count of domestic violence battery.
He revisado el informe policíaco, determino que existe motivo fundado para un cargo de agresión, violencia doméstica.
And I believe the alleged victim is present, who's we can put under oath. I think she needs an interpreter as well, okay?
Yes,
Y
Your
creo que
Honor.
está presente la víctima, la presunta víctima, le vamos a dar el juramento y ella también necesita el intérprete.
Raise your right hand.
Por favor, levante su mano derecha para ser juramentada.
Do you solemnly swear to confirm testimony you give be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Usted jura solemnemente o afirma que el testimonio que dará en este caso será la verdad, toda la verdad y solamente la verdad.
Sí.
Yes.
State your name for the record.
Dígame su nombre para que conste en actas.
Dilce Guadalupe Reyes Hernández.
Señorita. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I just need to ask her to slow down and speak up.
Okay.
Señorita, por favor, hable despacito y hable bien claramente para que se le pueda entender. Repita, por favor.
Dilcian Reyes.
And
Dilcia Reyes.
And if you can ask her, she's enclosed in there. She's welcome to take the mask off while she's in the booth if she's comfortable doing so, if you could let her know that.
Certain, Your Honor. Señora, usted está allí aislada detrás del vidrio. Si usted quiere quitarse la mascarilla para que se le pueda entender mejor, lo puede hacer si es que lo desea.
And she did that. It might be easier for us to hear her. And you tell her she can put her hand down.
Puede bajar la mano, señora.
Ma'am, good morning. I'm Judge Egan.
Buenos días, señora. Yo soy el juez Egan.
What is your relationship with Mr. Jose Manuel here?
¿Cuál es la relación suya con el señor José Manuel?
Él es mi pareja.
He's my partner.
Okay. And do you two live together?
¿Y ustedes conviven?
Sí,
Do you have any children together?
¿Tienen niños en común?
sí, una niña.
Yes, a daughter.
Okay. How old is your daughter?
¿Qué edad tiene su hija?
3 meses.
3 months.
Now, I have reviewed the police report, and I've found a reason to believe you were the victim of a domestic violence.
Yo he leído el informe policial y tengo razón para creer que usted fue la víctima en un acto de violencia doméstica.
And the question I have for you is if your partner is able to get out of jail today, do you wish to have any contact with him?
Y mi pregunta para usted sería que si su pareja logra salir de la cárcel el día de hoy, ¿usted quiere tener contacto con él?
Sí,
Yes.
Are you in fear of him?
¿Usted lo teme a él?
¿cómo?
What?
Yeah. Are you in fear of him?
¿Usted lo teme a él?
I don't know, is it-
Señora, repita, no se...
Are you-
I didn't catch it, Your Honor. Repita, señora, no se le escuchó bien.
No,
No.
And has anything like this ever happened before?
¿Y algo semejante ha sucedido anteriormente?
no,
No.
Are you, if he's able to return home, are you worried or concerned about your safety?
Y si él logra regresar a su casa, ¿usted estuviera preocupada o temerosa por su seguridad?
no porque él a mí no me ha golpeado, nomás fue una discusión.
No, because he hasn't struck me. It was simply an argument.
Any questions from the state?
Your Honor,
¿Alguna pregunta por parte de la fiscalía?
was there any alcohol or drugs involved that the
hubo-
defendant was under?
¿Usted estuvo involucrado los efectos de alcohol o drogas en el cual el acusado estuvo bajo los efectos?
No, yo no.
No, not me.
Well, not her. I'm asking the defendant whether he was whether he have any alcohol, was involved with alcohol, was he drunk, was it drug related, was he under drugs, is what I'm asking her.
No, lo que le estoy preguntando es que no usted, sino el acusado, que si el acusado estaba bajo los efectos de alcohol o de drogas, si estaba ebrio.
Sí, ebrio, sí.
Yes, he was drunk.
State will request no alcohol.
Yes, Your Honor.
La fiscalía va a pedir que no se le permita el alcohol.
Okay, so what we can do here is we can set a bond in the amount of $1,000.
Lo que podemos hacer es programar una fianza de $1,000.
We would order that the defendant have no hostile contact with Ms. Reyes Hernandez.
Se le va a exigir al acusado que no tenga contacto hostil con la señorita Reyes.
And he's not to consume any alcohol or non-prescribed drugs or medication while this is pending.
Y no se le permitirá ingerir alcohol o cualquier medicamento que no fuese recetado mientras que esté pendiente este caso.
And we can appoint the office of the public defender to represent him.
Your
Y
Honor.
asignamos a las oficinas del defensor público para que lo representen a él.
Yes.
Okay, Your Honor, I have a couple of concerns. One, there seems to be another victim involved, Jorge Martinez, who lives at the same
Señoría,
address.
tengo una inquietud porque parece que hay otra víctima involucrado, José Montañez, que vive en esa misma dirección.
And it appears he lives at the same residence as the defendant and victim.
Y parece que vive en la misma dirección que el acusado y la presunta víctima.
And can you ask the witness if it's Jorge Martinez, is that right? Can you ask her if he lives with them?
Señor Montañez, ¿vive con ustedes?
No, no sé quién es.
No, I have no idea who that is.
Did I
No,
get
I
the
just
name
spoke to the defendant. He's not aware of who that is either. I don't.
Yo he hablado con el acusado y él tampoco está consciente quién es esa persona.
No, no sabemos, yo no sé quién es.
No, we have no idea. I have no idea who that is.
Okay. Well, he was only arrested on one count, and she was the victim, so I'm not sure I can consider the other gentleman.
Bueno, él fue arrestado en solamente un cargo y ella es la presunta víctima, así es que no puedo considerar al otro caballero.
Okay. But thank,
All right, Your Honor. Okay, it was just listed. I just want to make sure. 'Cause
and that's what, speak up whenever you do. You know, if he was arrested on two counts, I think the
Okay,
police officer only arrested him from what I can read regarding her.
okay, and he also has ICE.
Bueno, I'm sorry. The interpreter needs to interpret that, please.
Sorry.
Bueno, le agradezco que usted me indique, claro que sí, pero si él estuviera arrestado en dos cargos, ya fuera más lógico, pero solamente fue arrestado en un cargo. Así es que, adelante. Go ahead, ma'am.
He also has an ICE detainer.
Y él también tiene un retén de inmigración por parte de ICE.
Okay. So he has a bond for this count. If there's an ICE issue, that would have to sort itself out.
All right, Your Honor, one more thing. He does.
Eso
have-
tiene, él tiene una fianza en este caso, así es que si él puede pagar la fianza, pudiera salir, pero también tuviera que resolver el asunto de inmigración.
And he has a VOP hold out of Osceola County.
Y también tiene un retén mediante el condado de Osceola por incumplir una libertad vigilada.
So if he has a violation of probation out of Osceola, if he posted bond, he wouldn't be released anyways.
Así es que como él tiene un incumplimiento en el condado de Osceola, aunque pague la fianza en este caso de aquí, no se le daría su libertad.
So he probably does not want to post the bond here. He can get credit while he's here. But ma'am, do you have any questions about what's going on here?
Así es que sería mejor que no pagaría la fianza aquí porque así le darían crédito para todo. Señora, ¿tiene usted alguna pregunta?
No, por el momento.
No, not at the moment.
Anything else?
Nothing further from the defense.
Okay.
¿Algo
Thank
más,
you very much.
licenciado? Nada más.
Thank you, ma'am.
I was just requesting like the second victim, but that was handled.
Lo único que estaba pidiendo era aclarar lo de la segunda víctima, pero eso ya se aclaró.
Okay, the next one we have is Creole. Is that you, or do we need someone else?
No, Your Honor, that would not be me. And can the interpreter respectfully request the case number for this last defendant, please?
21MM8916.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a very nice weekend.
Thank you.
these people guys. He taking a long time, Judge, for the Korean film, but he said he. Just keep trying.
Well, let's see. D- Good morning. Do you understand English?
Little bit.
A little bit. It's taking some time to get a Creole interpreter. We can wait, or we can go. Have you understood me so far? Maybe not?
That's something I can't hear you. I'm just let me know.
This way.
I think we need to wait, Your Honor. I know we have the sign language interpreter here now, so I don't,
That's fine. Is that the next case? Is that credit? Who?
Jackson.
yeah, but
Ernest Jackson, that's fine. Are you the sign interpreter?
Yes, sir.
Thanks for being here. Position yourself wherever you need to be.
Okay, sounds
yeah,
good.
wherever you need to be.
Okay, good morning. Are you Ernest Jackson? Okay. I have reviewed the police report. I do find probable cause for one count of domestic violence battery. And did anybody, was there any contact with the alleged victim?
Yes, Your Honor. We did qualify Mr. Jackson for straight pretrial release. I did speak to the victim. She will not attend IA. She wishes to have no contact with the defendant, and she did leave the residence, and she is living in Stanford.
Okay. So he can do pretrial release. That would be on the condition that he have no contact with the alleged victim. That's direct contact or indirect contact.
Okay.
If he has any weapons or firearms, those would need to be surrendered to law enforcement while this is pending. And we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent Mr. Jackson. Okay, thank you. Well, if he can, you can let him know, they will explain to him. No, well,
No, nothing.
it's no contact
No
at all.
contact.
Okay.
Excuse me, your
Here's the concern is being able to communicate accurately with the people with pretrial release. They spoke with him yesterday, and he wasn't reading lips very well. Okay.
I can step to the side if that's helpful for communication.
Okay, well, I mean, they need to interview him for pretrial release purposes.
Your Honor, we could set a nominal
That's,
still order no contact as part without.
I got paper,
what, any prior history?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
I know it's here somewhere.
Okay. He does. 9 felonies, 13 misdemeanors, no failure to appears. His last conviction was back in July of 2019 for possession of cocaine and resisting without violence. He does have an extensive drug-related offenses, a felony battery, false report, battery on law enforcement officer.
With history, I think I would want some supervision on him, so PTR is important.
ETR can't have a sign language interpreter there or communicate through writing. I don't know of his ability to write down language, but I think letters back and forth. I mean, in person, of course, but I'm trying to be creative here, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how they would do that over at the administration office. I can inquire. I'm sure we may be able to assist them with it.
I mean, you can still order the straight PTR. If he doesn't qualify at the interview,
Well,
he won't be
he did
released.
qualify. We
What?
qualified him, yeah. Your discretion, Your Honor.
Well, let's do it. I mean, you can give him the conditions in writing, I presume, and go from there, okay? Okay, thank you, sir.
You're doing straight PTR, Your Honor? Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Madam Interpreter? Madam Interpreter? Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, good morning. Madam Interpreter, are you with us?
Good morning, Judge.
Yeah, hi, this is
Calling
Judge Egan.
Language Line Solution. Hi, Judge Egan. Thank you for calling Language Line Solutions. Yes, my name is Nadej, and my ID is 366712, and I will be your Haitian Creole interpreter today.
Thank you. This is case number 21MM8915. We do have someone at the podium. Can you ask him if his name is Junior Severe?
Allô, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Moi, suis haïtien créole interprète m'appelle de communiquer. Est-ce que non, c'est Junior Sévère?
Oui.
Yes.
And I did review his police report, and I do find probable cause for one count of domestic violence, or, I'm sorry, dating violence battery.
So, nous te révisé rapport policier, nous est que change la normale pour violence bâton, bat violence.
He does qualify to participate in pretrial release rather than post a bond.
So, ou qualifié pour participer avant jugement lagué au lieu que pour t'avoir un bon.
So-
Ou qualifié pour ça.
We can allow release on pretrial, under the supervision of pretrial release, and he's also to have no contact with Alexandra Wade.
So, nous calage ou nan avant jugement, mais ou pas qui avec supervision ou pas supposé gagner aucun contact avec Alexandre Wade.
And we can appoint the office of the public defender.
N'a pas pointé ou nan bureau défense office là. Bureau.
Thank you, Mr. Severe.
Thank you so much.
Merci, Monsieur Sévère.
Nice to-
And Madam
Thank you.
Interpreter, thank you so much for your help.
You are welcome, Judge Again. Thank you for using our services. Have a good day.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, good morning. Are you Hubert Credit?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd just like to inquire from the state if there's an offer in this case.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. The offer would be adjudication and no return to the Walmart, 2715 South Orange Avenue, Orlando, Florida. Court course.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So that was time served, adjudicate, no return?
Yes.
Okay, so he wants to do that?
Yes, sir.
We do have a plea form for you to sign, and then I'll have some questions for you, okay?
You understand?
Mhm.
And that trespass is an M2?
Yes.
Please sign.
He signed it already.
Oh, do I have it? Can you raise your right hand, please?
Yeah, I got it.
You swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And you are Hubert Credit, is that correct?
Correct.
And Mr. Credit, how old are you?
49.
49. And how far have you gone in school?
I have a PhD.
Excellent. So you're able to read and write English, is that correct?
Yes.
Have you had any, are you currently under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No, sir.
Is there anything wrong physically or mentally that would interfere with your ability to understand what we're doing in court?
Not at all, Your Honor.
Okay, so this is the plea form here. Did you read, understand, and sign this form?
Yes, sir.
Okay, by entering a plea, you are waiving certain rights, and those are explained here. Those include your right to have a trial, your right to call witnesses in your own behalf, and you're waiving that right. Do you understand that?
Correct. Yes,
And
sir.
has anyone threatened you or coerced you to do this?
No, sir. No, Your
And it
Honor.
looks like you are entering a plea of no contest to one count of trespass on property after a warning. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, that is a second-degree misdemeanor which carries a maximum sentence of 60 days in jail. And I have reviewed the police report. I do find a factual basis for the plea, which I do accept. It's freely and voluntarily made. Mr. Hubert is alert, intelligent, understands what we're doing, understands the circumstances here, so we do accept the plea. And it would be an adjudication of guilt, a time-served sentence. He's to not return to the Walmart. I think there's still a trespass in effect. It's very important that you do not go back there, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and what did the court cost? $273, and those can be reduced to a civil judgment, okay?
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hubert, do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
All right, be careful, good luck, you have 30 days to appeal, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Your
How about Shelton Donald?
Your Honor, he
Yes.
is mental health.
Okay, so it's a reset tomorrow, does that make sense?
I would waive if it's mental health.
You want to waive? Okay. PC for disorderly conduct, $500 bond. And he's welcome to come back if you want to plea him out or something, but, okay. We'll appoint the PD, what is it, 250?
I already had mental health concerns based on
It's fine.
some previous encounters, so I was going to waive it anyway.
If he qualifies for mental health PTR, we can allow that. I don't know if he does, but it can be the bond, or if he qualifies, he can do mental health PTR.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Or mental health PTO. And good morning, are you Terrence Lee? All right, come on up, Mr. Lee. All right, so, Mr. Lee, in case number 21 MM 1501, we do find probable cause for one count of disorderly conduct. I know he's out on ROR on the same thing.
I would just be asking for a bond to be set. Sorry, I was closer then.
So state what I would probably revoke the ROR and set that, give him a bond there and give him a bond on the new case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So case number 21, well, the one he's out on, what's that, 9218? We would revoke his ROR, set bond in the amount of $250. On the new case, we can also set his bond in the amount of $250. We can appoint the public defender in both cases, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Are you James Williams? Yes. Good morning, Mr. Williams. You were picked up on a warrant for failing to appear, and right now it is no bond. We can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, and they'll be able to reach out to the judge to see if they can get a bond for you, okay? Thank you, Mr. Williams. Are you Armando Torres Sanchez?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. I think he was picked up on a warrant. This was failure to register. I think he qualifies for PTR. Does he?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the state, is that, I want to require him to register within 48 hours of release, but does the state have any objection to PTR?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. All right.
Okay, sir, no problem.
Okay, so we can allow pretrial release condition, follow those conditions, and to also register within 48 hours of release, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Torres.
Have a wonderful day. Happy holidays.
You too, bye-bye. The next one I have is Berner. Your name?
Berner.
John Berner, okay. All right, I do find probable cause for trespass on property after a warning. And bond would be set in the amount of $500, condition that Mr. Berner not return to the Orlando International Airport as a condition of his release, and we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender. Okay.
Oh, pardon me?
Stay away from the airport.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good luck.
I was just going there to sleep.
I understand. 500. Edie. Are you Terry Byerly? Mr. Byerly? Okay. Mr. Byerly, you were picked up on a violation of probation arrest warrant. Right now, you're being held no bond, and we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, okay? All right, thank you, sir. I'll put the used ones here. You don't need those. Are you Miss Burgess?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning, Miss Burgess.
Good morning, sir.
I've reviewed the police report. We do find probable cause for one count of aggravated assault with a weapon, and we can set your bond there in the amount of $2,500.
Okay.
Also, count two, probable cause for domestic violence battery, we'd set bond the amount of $500. We'd order you have no contact as a condition of release with the victim alleged. If you live together, you have to maintain separate residences while this is pending. If you do live there, you can return one time with law enforcement to obtain some personal belongings. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms as a condition of release. If you own any, you'll surrender those to law enforcement within 24 hours of release, and we'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, Alexander, Mr. Isabor or Isidore?
Isabel,
With a D?
the B.
B, Isabor, okay. All right, so Mr. Isabor was picked up on a arrest warrant for 2 counts, 1 count of child abuse, 1 count of neglect of a child. I did look at these. He's entitled to a bond on these, I believe. Is that right,
Yes.
State? Okay. State have any interest in the amount of bond here?
I will leave it to the court's discretion, Your Honor.
All right, count 1, I'd set bond the amount of $5,000. Count 2, $2,500. He's to have no contact with the child right now as a condition of release, and we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender. I believe the child was sheltered probably in the custody of DCF, although I didn't see a shelter hearing this morning, but does anyone know where the child is?
It is-
I presumed DCF would have gotten involved, and maybe that was on Friday, but,
We have a note that they called DCF, but the number was given was a generic number, so no contact, Your Honor.
okay. Yeah, there's no contact, but hopefully DCF will be able to get involved with this, okay? Thank you, Mr. Isabor. All right, are you Jessica Bridges?
Yes.
All right, I think someone's here for you. And Ms. Bridges, I did review the police report. I do find probable cause for 1 count of domestic violence battery. We can check in with this gentleman. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's afternoon. It feels like morning. Can you raise your right hand?
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And can I have your name, please?
Joshua Leon Bridges,
And what is your relationship with Miss Jessica Bridges?
spouse.
Spouse. So you live together, right?
Yes, we do.
Any kids?
Nope.
Okay. How long have you all been married?
This year we made 16 years.
Okay. Now, I did find probable cause that you were the victim of a battery. The issue is what we do, whether there's going to be any contact with her if she's released, okay? Are you in fear of her?
No.
Okay. Anything like this ever happened before?
No.
All right. So if she is released, would you like to have contact with her?
Yes.
Okay. And that would be in order to have no hostile contact. If something like this happens, you'd have to call law enforcement, okay?
Mhm.
Was there any drugs or alcohol involved?
No.
Okay. Does the state have any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay, so I think she qualifies for straight PTR, and that's fine. We can, so she doesn't have to post a bond, but she will comply with the conditions of pretrial release. Those will be explained to her and then she'll be able to be released. No hostile contact as a condition of release. And then I think we ought to be good. That's with Mr. Bridges, no hostile contact, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Bridges, any questions?
No, just want to put this behind us.
And do we know about approximately how much time it takes to process PTR?
It could, well, once court is done, it could be a couple, maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can go have lunch, come back a few hours, and you ought to be able to pick her up. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. Desa Justi? Is that right? First name Lisa? Lisa? Okay. And,
Okay. Keep that, you're all good.
Case 21 MM 8928, we do find probable cause for 1 count of domestic violence battery. I believe the alleged victim is daughter. So they live together?
Yes.
Okay, any contact with the daughter?
No, Your Honor.
No? Okay. I think she qualifies for PTR, but she's not going to be able to have any contact with her daughter while this is pending, or if there's another court order that lifts that, okay? So you have to maintain separate residences while this is pending. So if she's at the house, you can't stay there until we work through this. You can return to get some personal belongings if she's there, get some personal belongings accompanied by law enforcement, okay? But there would be no contact while this is pending, and she'll comply with the conditions of pretrial release, okay? And we'll appoint the PD if I didn't mention that. Thank you, ma'am. Are you Ms. Harrison?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Harrison.
Your Honor, I have a PC challenge in this case, just specifically in regards to, there's no allegation of domestic violence in the affidavit, not in regards to the specific battery, just in regards to the domestic violence aspect to it.
There is probable cause for battery. I don't know, I didn't see anything in it that describes the relationship that they have.
I do think we still need testimony in regards to no hostile contact. I just think that specifically in regards to domestic, probable cause isn't there. I don't know how much difference it makes in practice.
Well, we'll find out in a minute, but do they live together?
Yes.
I mean, came in on domestic violence battery. I think I can still find probable cause for simple battery,
I agree.
and that's what. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Can I have your name, please?
Elias Hernandez.
Mr. Hernandez. Okay, and you know Ms. Harrison?
Yes, sir.
What is your relationship with her?
He's my wife.
Okay, and so you live together, is that right?
Yes, sir.
You know, she's out on bond on a battery as well,
I understand, Your Honor.
okay? If she's able to bond out of jail, is it your wish to have some form of contact with her?
Yes, sir.
Are you in fear of her?
No, sir.
Has anything like this happened before?
No, sir.
Was there any drugs or alcohol involved?
No, sir.
Okay. Um, So we can set her bond the amount of $500, no hostile contact with Mr. Hernandez as a condition of release. She is out 21 MM 8942. Well, it says battery on a law enforcement officer, but that would be a felony. But the state,
Yeah.
let me ask state, what, does state want me to take action on this bond?
Yeah, Your Honor, the state would actually revoke it.
Okay, and that's what I typically do.
What case number you gave? Oh, no, it's the one, go down to see it.
Okay, sorry, 21 CF. 15184?
Yes.
Okay. So she's out on bond on another case, and I would forfeit that bond. Okay, so she can't bond out today. She'll have to see the judge in that other case and see if he or she would be willing to reinstate the bond. But as to this new case, $500 with the conditions that we raised, okay? And we can appoint the PD in both cases to represent her. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, Villanueva is in the hospital.
Okay. Would you like to reset him?
I would.
Okay, we can
Who was that?
reset him.
Luis?
Villanueva, Luis, yeah. Yeah, he's in the hospital, so we can just reset it tomorrow.
I would reset tomorrow. If he's still in there, we can wait.
Okay. Brianna, are you Miss Warren?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Warren, I do find probable cause. I've reviewed the police report for one count of domestic violence battery. I think she qualifies for pretrial release, even though she lives in Georgia. That's okay? Yes. Okay. So she can do pretrial release, but she's not to have contact as a condition of release with the victim alleged here. Okay, we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent her. So, Ms. Warren, you'll be instructed on the conditions of pretrial release. You don't have to put up any money, but you do need to follow their rules, okay? You're not to have any contact at all while this is pending with the other party, okay? Thank you. Okay, good morning. Are you Cyrus Allen?
Sir.
All right, Mr. Allen, we do find probable cause for one count of possession of heroin. We can set your bond the amount of $1,000, appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, okay? All right, thank you. Good luck, sir. Are you Mr. Anderson? Good morning. Okay, I would find probable cause for one count of robbery with a firearm, one count of battery.
Your Honor, if I could step in, I would be asking for a 24-hour reset on this case. On reviewing the arrest affidavit, there's a statement that there was a firearm, but there's no, the statement is just from the officer. There's no indication from the victim that there was actually a firearm or from the statements made by defendant.
Sanchez advised shorter white male with a gray hat came up to him with a black handgun.
Yeah.
It seems, we skimmed through these, but when I went back, because I said the same thing, and I did see the handgun, so I was comfortable finding probable cause for the robbery with a firearm.
Okay.
All right. What I didn't figure out is that a PBL or is that not?
It is, Your Honor.
It is, Your Honor.
And is the state asking no bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I would ask that we set a reasonable bond in this case. The court needs to find proof evident presumption grade of the charge of robbery with a firearm in order for him to be held no bond. That being said, with even the discussion we've already had in regards to the nature of the arrest affidavit, I don't think there's enough there to find proof evident presumption grade.
There may not be, but Marcy's Law complicates Arthur hearings at IAs. I think the alleged victim has the right to be here for that decision, and he's not. And I don't know if he was notified that that would be an issue here today. It's my preference that those are set, and they can be set very quickly, okay? But I think we'd hold him no bond as to count one. Count two, we can set his bond in the amount of $1,500. I'm sorry, in the amount of $100. No contact with the alleged victim. And then I would just set that for a hearing, okay? I don't know what else to tell you.
Understood, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Okay, Matthew Armstrong? Yeah, Mr. Armstrong, good morning. All right, I think you have two cases. Do you have two? Yes. Okay. Your first case, 21 CF 15905, we do find probable cause for one count of possession of drug paraphernalia. We'd set your bond amount $100, and one count of possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. We'd set bond the amount of $1,000. In your other case, 21 CT 1353, we do find probable cause for driving with license suspended or revoked, and we'd set bond the amount of $500 there, and we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Okay, Mr. Armstrong? Thank you.
Your Honor, AWE is a refusal.
AWE, April,
Yes, sir.
would you like her reset? You want to,
I'd like to reset it.
okay?
That's another PBL.
We can reset that for tomorrow and see if she wants to show up. Are you Carlos Blue? Yes, sir. Mr. Blue is here. You can go up to the podium.
Yes, sir. My name Carlos Blue.
All right, so Mr. Blue is here, and this is the one you wanted to talk about. Let me see.
Well, Your Honor, I would just like to get set in the trial division at this point, because after speaking on the facts of this case, it is a PBL. The R3 hearing needs to be set.
Do you need the narrative? Or can I give it to you? Do you need, what do you need, just these? Mr. Robinson, if you care, I do have the narrative here. Would you like it to pass it on to your colleague? Sure. I didn't realize we had that, sure.
Let me just pass on it briefly.
Okay, if you want to recall him, great. So I'll hold on to this.
They're going to call you back in just a minute.
All right, thank you. So, go ahead.
Okay, good morning. Are you Miss Monique Calderin?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we do find probable cause for one count of trafficking in methamphetamines greater than 28 grams. That bond would be set in the amount of $100,000. Count 2, sale or delivery of meth, $15,000 bond there. Count 3, unlawful use of a two-way communication device. A bond would be set in the amount of $1,000. And we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Are you Mr. Guzman, Caprio Guzman? Okay, good morning.
Morning.
All right, so Mr. Guzman, you were picked up on an arrest warrant for violating conditions of pretrial release. As to count 1, bond is set in the amount of $1,500. Count 2, $1,000, and we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you for these, okay? Thank you, sir. Good morning. Are you Mr. Alexander Carrasquillo?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Carrasquillo, we do find probable cause for one count of possession of cocaine, and we'd set your bond the amount of $1,000 and appoint the Office of the Public Defender, okay? Thank you, sir.
So what happens?
Yeah, you can bond out $1,000, call a bondsman, okay? Keep all your future court dates, and we've appointed the Office of the Public Defender, so if you have any questions, you can call your lawyer, okay?
So I don't get a PTA?
No, they're not willing to go PPR thing.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Are you Mr. DeForest?
Mr. Jenkins.
Jenkins, is DeForest not here?
We don't have,
Mason?
what's his booking number, Your Honor? Sharon. He bonded, Your Honor.
Orders? Hold on. Hold on. demanding, I mean. I can get that at home. I get nagged at home and I come here and get nagged. Don't tell my wife I said that.
She's not listening.
Oh, that's right, people listen to this. I should just shut up. We're gonna allow, he's reading something. I'm gonna give him a few minutes to do that. I've got some orders to sign here, so go ahead and you read that affidavit. Okay. I always go to McDonald's after I leave here. Why? I get 2 cheese. Why is it? Every time I've ever left here, because you're super hungry, because it's what, gonna be 1:30. I go to McDonald's, I get 2 and fries. And I'm getting big. Because it's. You can't eat 2 cheeseburgers. Yes, you can. And fries. Immediately. What about a Big Mac? Is that okay? That's got 2 patties in it. It's like the same thing. Sure. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure? Okay. And you said you're Mr. Jenkins? Okay, Mr. Jenkins, 21 CF 15953. We do find probable cause for 1 count of possession of cannabis with the intent to sell or deliver with a weapon. That bond would be set in the amount of $30,000. Count 2, carrying a concealed firearm, $300 as to that. And we can appoint the office of the public defender. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jenkins.
You're getting a bond. Do a bond.
Are you Mr. Eric Lewis? All right, Mr. Lewis, so you have a few things here. Your new case is 21 CF 15935. We do find probable cause for 1 count of possession of methamphetamines. Bond would be set in the amount of $1,000. 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, we'd set bond the amount of $100. It looks like you are out on bond in 2 other drug possession cases, 21 CF 15560 and 21 CF 15830. Based on the new arrest, we would forfeit those 2 bonds. You'll have to talk to the judge to see if those can be reinstated. We can appoint we will appoint the office of the public defender to represent you, okay? All right, thank you, Mr. Lewis. Are you Mr. Luciano?
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning, afternoon, Mr. Luciano. Your new case, 21 CF 15932, we do find probable cause for 1 count of grand theft of a motor vehicle, and we'd set your bond amount of $1,000. Count 2, resisting without violence, bond amount of $100 there. And you are out on bond in case 2020 CF 9520. That's also a grand theft case. That bond would be forfeited. You have to see the judge about that. We can appoint the office of the public defender to represent you, okay? Thank you, sir. William McKnight? Are you Mr. McKnight? No.
No, Your Honor. We don't have that on our docket.
What's his booking number, Your Honor?
Inmate number 2102 9-2-3-1.
Bond.
Bonded, thank you. Then you're Mr. Meekins?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Meekins. All right, so he came in on a warrant. Probable cause was found, I believe, for 13 counts of petty theft, 2 or more priors. As to count 1, bond would be set in the amount of $1,500. The other counts, bond would be set in the amount of $100. We would also, the condition would be no return to the location of the alleged offenses, okay? And we can appoint the office of the public defender. Thank you, Mr. Meekins.
Your Honor, Samantha Monroe is medical.
Is what?
Medical.
Mental health? Okay.
Medical.
Mental.
Medical.
Mental. Medical, okay.
Who's medical?
But not hospital?
It means
Here?
that they're secondary here.
Okay.
Was that McKnight you said was medical?
Monroe.
Monroe.
Okay.
Monroe.
McKnight bonded.
McKnight, I'm told
Oh, he
bond.
did, thank you.
So, Mr. Gonzalez, Monroe is medical. Would you like that reset?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we can reset Samantha Monroe for tomorrow. And are you Mr. Ortiz Gonzalez? Yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Ortiz Gonzalez, we do find probable cause for 1 count of possession of synthetic cannabinoids and bond. This is case 21 CF 15945. Bond would be set in the amount of $1,500 there. He also has a city ordinance case, I believe, 21 MO 1503. Alcoholic open container, and bond would be set in the amount of $250. Is he on probation?
He is on probation. There is a 5-day hold for probation, Your Honor.
Okay, because he's a
Violent felony of
VFOSC.
special concern, yes, sir.
So there's a 5-day hold to see if that's gonna keep him here. But he's got a bond here. But you're not able to bond out today. If you're on probation, they have to look into that, okay? We can appoint the office of the public defender in these new cases.
No, just find out bond today.
Good afternoon. Are you Miss C?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Miss C. Is this co-defendant?
Yes.
Okay. And
I've read the affidavit. At this time, we just request the Arthur hearing to be held in the trial division.
okay. So probable cause was found, and it's human trafficking and child abuse, and be held no bond right now, and a hearing for that can be set in the trial division, okay? And we can appoint the office of the public defender to represent Miss C. Okay. Do you need a minute with her? You good? Okay. Yeah, count 2,500, thank you, yes. See if we need to do that, we might not need to.
Oh, right, Shams.
And did you still want Blue to come back in here?
Yeah, just so I can tell him what's going on.
Okay. So we can take care of this gentleman, and then we can bring Mr. Blue in?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. Are you Mr. Shaw?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, Mr. Shaw.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry about that, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Shaw has 2 cases, 21 CF 15943. We do find probable cause for 1 count of battery on a law enforcement officer and set bond the amount of $2,500. Count 2, resisting with violence, and bond would be set in the amount of $1,000. His other case, 21 MM 629, probable cause is found for 1 count of petty retail theft. Bond would be set in the amount of $500 with the condition of no return to the T-Mobile cellular store in Pine Hills Road, okay? we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent Mr. Shaw. Okay, thank you, Mr. Shaw.
Thank
All right, so Carlos Blue is back with us. So that would be held no bond based on the charges he came in on, and then an Arthur hearing can be requested, okay? Count to 2,500, thank you. The next one I have is Larry Smith. Oh. Are you Larry Smith?
Yes, sir. How are
Good
you doing
afternoon,
today?
Mr. Smith. All right, so we do find probable cause for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Your Honor, may I say something? Oh.
It depends. Is that a scanner? It goes fast.
Oh, that's fast?
Compared to the old days?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's pretty good.
That's true. I remember, oh, yes, it was bad.
Yeah, that's kind of noisy. If, I don't, do you remember Judge Mihawk?
Yes.
He's retired now. He's a very good friend of mine, but that, he wouldn't have that.
No, I already know. 'Cause we was in the courtroom one time. He's like, can you not do that? I'm like,
Even whispering, any noise just drove him crazy, so. Now he's mad I just mentioned him on the TV. Or whatever. So, Mr. Smith's good? Okay, it's Diane Montero. Do they live together?
Me?
Well,
Good. She lived in my home. She was from the mission. And a friend of mine said she got thrown out. She
talk to you, the issue's the contact issue. He may not be able to go back. That's the problem.
Who? Me?
Your Honor, she was staying at the residence but does not live there. He has a contact that can ask her to leave because she doesn't own it or live there. So I think if we just order no contact, we're covered.
And that's fine, and they do need to maintain separate residences as well. So if an intermediator, if she's not there when he's released, he can go back. But if she's there, that he can't, okay?
That's what we discussed.
Okay. All right, so I think he qualifies for pretrial release, so he doesn't have to post money, but we would have no contact as a condition of release with Ms. Diane Montero. He does need to surrender also any weapons or firearms while this is pending as a condition of release, okay? Okay. he can keep his cutlery. If this was just a kitchen knife or something, that's fine, but if he does have any firearms or weapons other than house knives, those would be surrendered, okay? And we can appoint the PD. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you. Yep. We're gonna-
Are you Sean Smith? Good morning. It's already 1 o'clock, though. Time flies, so good afternoon. We do find probable cause for one count of destruction of evidence, and we can set bond the amount of $1,000 and appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent Mr. Smith, okay? Thank you, sir. Are you Mr. Suarez?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Suarez is here. We do find probable cause for possession of synthetic cannabinoids, and bond would be set in the amount of $1,500, and we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent Mr. Suarez. Thank you, sir. Are you Shadrack Wright?
No.
Sir? You're not Mr. Wright?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may I have the book?
21029248.
He's bonded.
Oh, wait a minute, we have them, let me see.
Can I have your name, sir?
It's bond posted, Your Honor.
Thomas Young, Your Honor.
Mr. Yan, okay.
He bonded.
He bonded, okay, thank you. So Mr. Yan is here, and Mr. Yan, we do find probable cause, well, actually, you were picked up on an arrest warrant for failing to appear, okay?
Called in and I called in when I found out there was a warrant. Yes, sir.
And right now, it's no bond, okay? We can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent Mr. Yan. And they'll try to get you a bond, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Yan.
Yes, sir.
Step to the podium.
Are you Mr. Juan Pablo Castrillon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Castrillon, we do find probable cause for one count of DUI with property damage or personal injury. You do qualify for pretrial release, so we can allow you to do that, and we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender, okay?
Ron, you have a case number?
I'm sorry, 21 CT 8224?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you Enriquez John Cisco?
No, my name is Diego Fonseca.
Okay, Your Honor.
210-29243.
Bonded.
Bonded, thank you.
Oh, you're good.
So, Mr. Fonseca, yeah, you were picked up on a warrant for failing to appear. You do have a bond, though. It's $250,
Yeah, yes, sir.
okay? And we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, okay? Thank you.
Wait, I did post a bond. Is it there? Can you see it? I'm sorry. My bond is there?
Oh, I wouldn't have it, but he's saying he bonded out, he posted already.
Yeah, I'll
She'll
put the
check
money
for
in
you.
there.
She'll check,
One moment.
she'll check.
I'm sorry, I really want.
Bond was posted.
Hold on.
It has not been posted yet. No.
Your Honor, Wigman is a bond.
Pardon me?
Wigman is a bond.
Okay, I had Irizarry.
Sorry, I don't have.
We don't have him.
Okay. I can set, you want the number? You want me to set it aside? And Wilkerson?
He's also a bond.
Wilkerson bonded. Okay, that's good. I have Artis Almadino. I just gave it to her. Are you Mr. Almadino?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, I do find probable cause for one count of battery. We can set bond in the amount of $500. order no contact with the alleged victim as a condition of release. We can appoint the office of the public defender, okay?
Go ahead, Alston.
Are you Mr. Alston? Alston? All right, Mr. Alston, you were picked up on a warrant from Seminole County. The judge did give you a bond, $500. We can appoint the office of the public defender while you're in the jail here to represent your interests. But if you're able to bond out, you can. If you can't, arrangements would be made to get you to Seminole County, okay? Thank you.
You could bond that.
Are you Mr. Campos Lopez? Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Campos Lopez. Let's see. Osceola. So is there a case?
No, it's an overnight arrest, but it was happening ourselves.
Okay, overnight. All right, so he's got, the new case he picked up, originated in Osceola County, I believe. But we do find probable cause for one count of possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. Bond would be set in the amount of $2,500. Count 2, possession of drug paraphernalia, $500 bond. Count 3, possession of marijuana, over 20 grams, $2,500 bond. Looks like he's out on bond in Orange County in 21 CF 4282. And that bond would be forfeited at this time. He's going to have to see the judge about that.
Your Honor, would you be willing to set a new bond on this case, on the old case?
The bonds,
I don't know anything about it other than it's 3 counts of possession of a firearm. I don't know if the state has it.
I would object to it, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Go
Please?
ahead, just wait. That's fine.
I spoke to him, I got sole custody of my son. I'm a contractor. I do tiles for Axe Restoration. I understand the circumstances in your presence right now. My family is at court. I spoke to the bondsman yesterday. He's willing to bond me back out. I've never missed a court date. It looks bad, but you know, it's one of the things that, you know, I got a history. I've been changed. I've been clean for 4 years. And just please, if you could consider, please, sir.
And he's on, he's not a VFOSC? No.
No, he's not, Your Honor. Did you need his history?
You got a trial date, do you know, in this case, you're out on bond?
Sure. I go to pretrial on January 4th. Is like I said, I've hired a private attorney. I can't speak the facts of the case, but yes, sir. And like I said, I've been out on bond for about a year. Or never missed a court date. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Well, here's the deal. They are dissimilar. It's a drug offense. I'll just leave the bond undisturbed, okay?
We have a
That-
pretrial for April the 6th.
Pretrial's in April. Well,
they-
stay in touch with your lawyer, but you gotta be
He's got a
careful, man.
pretrial, April 6th, yeah, 2022.
So be careful. But we'll leave the bond undisturbed, okay? be careful.
Yes, sir. God bless you. Have a happy holidays, all of y'all. Appreciate it.
We can provisionally appoint the PD, and he said he has a private lawyer on the old case, the new case we can appoint. Are you Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mitchell is here. Looks like you were picked up on a warrant out of what county? Seminole County. It is no bond right now.
It's out of county. It's out of county. He can't do anything.
And we can appoint the office of the public defender to represent you while you, but arrangements will have to be made to get you to Seminole County, okay?
Okay, can I say one thing, sir?
Sure, if it's okay with Mr. Robinson.
Yes, sir. I'm a single father of 4, and I just graduated from BBI University.
I can't mess with another county's bond. I just don't have the authority to do that.
I know, but if I could prove and have you guys sent the completion that they sent me, Seminole County, it says July 21st, 2021, full certificate completion. I paid $2,000 some odd dollars. I don't even know.
I'm with you, but that's a lawyer job, and so I'm sorry, but there's really not much, I'm really sorry, but there's nothing I can do. That warrant hasn't been recalled, okay? So we've appointed the PD to represent you, so they'll get some information from you, okay?
You tell me when I'll have a hearing date, or
That I don't know.
how long does it take to get extradited, or whatever they call it?
I think there's 72 hours to get in there.
Prior to COVID, the issue is the COVID restriction might slow us down.
But they, can anyone bring something like one of the legal documents that they brought from Seminole County?
Yes.
Can I have it brought up here today to show that they just signed me off for everything?
Happened to that?
I'm a professional chef at Outback in Winter Park on the Loma. I don't even understand how I got this going on.
Look,
It's not gonna happen to that.
what I can do, and this is it, is we can bring it back tomorrow. I got to be here anyways, but Seminole County has to sign off on this. I'm not going to mess with that.
Absolutely. So what do
All
I
right,
do?
but if nothing is done, we're gonna be in the same position tomorrow, but that's all I can do is get you back here tomorrow. They're already mad at me for doing that, okay? So we'll reset him for tomorrow, okay? All right, thank you.
And can I have a fax number or something to have that information sent to you guys? They got it. I have it. I have all the documents. I haven't been in trouble in so long.
You gotta make phone calls and figure something out, but we don't,
It's here.
that's as good as it's gonna get, and it usually wouldn't get that good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, there's not your, you have to find something. I don't know. I would say no.
Yeah, it's reset for, to see if his probation expires.
Nothing we can do to get there.
It says sentence, like they sent me a completion on the 21st. Why would they have me come do a review when they already sent me a paper saying I'm done?
It's Seminole County, though. That's what I'm talking about.
I showed it's illegal.
Okay. Good luck, sir. Ms. Wade, is that you back there? We're gonna get you up to the podium, all right? Give it to you. No, this is Wade.
His name was Otis Mitchell, Seminole County.
Mine's is Polk.
You have it? You need a minute? You good? All right, Ms. Wade, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant as well, and it is no bond. We can appoint the office of the public defender to represent you, and we'll have to make arrangements to get you to the originating county, which is
Polk.
Polk. Thank you. Okay? Thank you.
Polk.
Why do you let me do this? Why? Are you Jeffrey Lee Hawk?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Hawk. So in these last few, I didn't get a chance to review. So he was picked up on prohibited camping.
Yes, sir.
Is that a city ordinance? Okay. And so there's probable cause for that. Is there a way to plea him out today, or?
I believe so. I understand the city has a contract with the state attorney to handle these cases at initial appearance.
Oh, okay.
It's just whether or not the state has an offer. I know.
He's out on possession of cocaine on a bond, surety bond. I don't know if that,
If you'd be willing to keep the bond on it, might be interested in it. I mean, the natures are different.
What's the defendant's name? I don't even think
Jeffrey Lee Hawk, Hawk.
What's that when it comes on there?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Your Honor, that felony case is
Yesterday.
also still unfiled on as well.
Okay.
Your Honor, the state would be recommending if just, yeah, would be adjudication.
I'm sorry, okay. Does he want to do that? We can leave him out on this bond.
Yes, sir, I'd like to take that. I just need the plea form. Yes, sir.
Okay, there's a plea form there for you to review and sign if you want to plea today, okay? Do your best with the signature. Mr. Hawk, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
And you are Jeffrey Lee Hawk?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. Mr. Hawk, how old are you?
46, sir.
Okay, and what's your highest level of education?
12th grade.
And so you're able to read and write English, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol or drugs or medication?
No, sir.
Is there anything wrong physically or mentally that would interfere with your ability to understand what we're doing here?
No, sir.
Okay, so you did have a plea form in front of you. Did you read, understand, and sign that document?
Yes, sir.
And it's my understanding you want to enter a plea of no contest to violating a City of Orlando ordinance for camping without a permit?
Yes, sir.
All right, I do accept your plea today. It's freely and voluntarily made. Mr. Hawk would be adjudicated guilty. As to that, the sentence is the time he's already served, and his court, 223 court costs, those would be reduced to civil judgment, okay? We're not going to take any action on the case he's out on bond for, so he's free to go.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good luck. You have 30 days to appeal.
You got 3 days in?
2.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Teresa Hawley is a refusal.
So do you want Teresa Hawley reset?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we can reset her for tomorrow. Unless you want to reset it for Monday. Are you Mr. Sotomayor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So he was reset, I believe. Mr. Gonzalez, have you had a chance to look at this?
Yes, Your Honor. There was an email sent to the arresting officer, and And there was an amended, I just haven't printed it, as to charge two. The statute is 810.0228, burglary of a dwelling.
I guess, why wouldn't it have been a home invasion robbery? Because she opened the door? I don't know what arguments were made.
Well, that was the issue. There was no PC found on that, Your Honor. But we did send an email to the officer and he amended the charge. And I just haven't printed it, Your Honor. So and it was amended from a home invasion to burglary of a dwelling.
With an assault or battery, or just burg dwelling?
Burglary of a dwelling.
That's it?
And with a battery therein, yeah. 10.
That's still PBL.
Yeah.
I think.
Burglary of a dwelling in and of itself is not PBL.
Even the affidavit from December 16th, I think, would find probable cause for burglary of a dwelling with an assault or battery. And if that's a lesser of home invasion robbery, then I think that's probably where we are.
Is your Honor thinking we're at a burglary of a dwelling is where we're at?
Pardon me?
The amended is for a burglary of a dwelling, correct?
Correct. Yes.
That's not a PBL.
No, with an assault or battery therein,
Right.
that is a PBL.
Or, right.
But what I would propose,
Your Honor, I believe you're correct.
I mean, what I would propose we do, the aggravated battery on a pregnant person, I think probable cause was found. We could set his bond for that count, the amount of $5,000 with no contact, but I still think I'd hold him no bond on the amended finding of probable cause for burglary of a dwelling with an assault or battery. And then it would have to be set for an Arthur hearing.
I think that's correct.
Okay. And we'll appoint the PD. So, Mr. Sotomayor, you can't get out today. The attorneys will work to get you hearing in front of the judge assigned to your case to see if a bond would be appropriate, okay? Thank you. Dwelling, assault, or battery. And I don't know if Mr. Robinson, do you have that statute number?
Yes, Your Honor. It is,
Mr. Gonzalez, I mean.
Burglary, dwelling, assault within
or battery within,
or battery, okay.
and he'll give it to you.
The statute is 810.02 2A.
Parentheses, 2A parentheses. A.
Yeah, subsection 2A.
0.02.
Correct.
Your Honor, Stephen called is refusal.
Okay.
No, this is.
He's 2 FTAs with 250 and a VOP with no bond. Can you want to? Okay. So then 20, yeah, so held no bond on the violation of probation. The other two cases, the bond was set at $250, and we can appoint the PD to represent it.
The state that supplement order that you got on the previous defendant, can you send it to me?
Here's you can, if you have that supplemental order, you can send it to the clerk. I didn't rely on that, though. I found probable cause for what I believe to be a lesser in the existing.
Okay, don't worry about it, that's okay then.
Are you Victor Carbone? All right, come on up, Mr. Carbone. 20 CF 6616, he was picked up on a VOP warrant, and there's no bond there. 18 CF 14150, violation of probation warrant, it's a $2,500 bond. And 2020 CF 10599, also a VOP warrant, that's no bond as well. And we can appoint the PD to represent Mr. Carbone. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Carbone. They'll have to see the judge about seeing if you can get a bond, okay? Thank you. Are you Mr. Guzman? Yes. All right, Mr. Guzman. You were also picked up on a warrant for violating probation. Right now, there's no bond, and we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent your interests, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, you're Mr. Henderson?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Henderson, we do find probable cause for one count of disorderly conduct.
I was asking to stay as an offer.
I can ROR him if you, I mean, Mr. Henderson, do you have stable housing?
Yes, sir.
Where do you live?
Polish.
Coalition? Okay, okay. Look, be careful. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, okay? Good luck, sir. Take care.
Yeah, trouble, because if you pick up something else, they could develop your really.
All right.
Stephen McCarter, are you Mr. McCarter?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is this a similar thing? Let's see. Okay, I can do the same thing. Mr. Carter, where do you live?
I'm homeless right now.
Okay, all right. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. I do find probable cause for the disorderly conduct, it's basically panhandling. Be careful. Release you on your own recognizance, okay? If you're notified of any future court dates, you need to keep those. We can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent it.
Pick up something else.
Okay. Good luck, sir. These are their papers. They can go in here? No? Is that secure?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay. Anything else, guys?
All I have.
Okay, all right.